Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to LCBN TV. I'm Reverend Faith and I'm welcoming you to my roundtable today on Saturday, the 16th of May. I'm delighted to be back in the studio. As you know, the current situation hasn't not been easy for everyone, and I understand that some others are finding things a bit difficult. But I was pleased on my drive to the studio today to see that people are out a little bit and getting more fresh air than before. And I believe that should help lift up the mood and to get us in the right frame of mind to get ready to start the rest of 2020. But this afternoon, I just want to encourage you to join me. And as we're having this wonderful conversation with my guest, before I go, I want to bless you in the name of Jesus. And I want to encourage you in this difficult time to stay in the presence of God and to remember that God is with us, and that even in this isolation that we're in, God is present in us, and God wants us to continue fellowshipping with Him and with our friends and family in the way and means that we can, so that we can help other people who may feel low in this difficult time to overcome the hardship of the isolation. So please be in touch with your family, and be in touch with your friends via phone, via internet. Let them know that God is alive and that you are well, and keep them safe. And keep them happy, keep them in contact with you, even by phone, even by internet, so that some people will not be falling into low mood and depression. And that's the last thing that we want. So this afternoon, I have a special guest with me. I'm so excited to have her on my show, because I've been waiting forever and ever and ever and ever to have this wonderful woman on my show. So it's quite an excitement for me. But before I start, let me read from her bio. This lady is a very well-known, I will call her an influencer within the Christian circle. She's been around for some time. She has done a lot of initiative within the gospel industry, trying to establish some platforms for up-and-coming artists. She had her own TV show on Sky. Yes, she had her own TV show called Time to Shine, and she was the founder and the organizer of that show, and she is now here today. She's still in the business industry, but her mind has moved a little bit from gospel music to being an author and giving back to society by mentoring other people. She's now feeding and giving back to the community through her skills and her knowledge and her wonderful enthusiasm. Well, this afternoon, I want to welcome my guest, Mercy B. Balogun. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, madam. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm great. I'm really grateful. I'm thankful to God. I thank you for the invite. I'm happy to be
Oh,
here
you're
today.
welcome. You're welcome. Well, I'm so delighted to have you around. And I want you to tell our viewers who is Mercy B? I mean, I know you from the UK, but were you born in the UK?
No. I wasn't born in UK. I traveled
Okay.
to UK at the age of 19, basically.
Wow.
So I've been in UK now for over 30 years. Too long. so,
Yes.
so I've been in here. So I traveled at a very young age, and it
Mhm.
has been like a roller coaster from that age, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you came to the UK at 19, and then so you did your studies here. And what brought you into business? What is it? An innate skill that you have that you wanted to share to the world?
So what basically happened is that when I traveled to UK at the age of 19, to be honest, according to I did it on my Tedtalk, because I literally go through the journey. Because I didn't know what was. I mean, I thought, I'm coming to UK. It's a land flowing with milk and honey. I'm
Yes.
just coming to enjoy myself, basically. Because when I finished my high school in Nigeria, I couldn't get a job, and I'm just doing everything I wanted to do. So my father was kind of worried that I don't know whatever I'm doing with my life. So my father sacrificially used all his pension money, the
Oh.
retirement money, to buy a
Mm.
ticket for me to travel to UK, which I'm always saying that I'm eternally grateful for that. Such a
Amen.
powerful father. I lost him. He died, a couple of months ago, but I'm entirely grateful for his life. So when
Mm.
I was coming to UK, because my sister was here, so my expectation is, yes, I'm going to a land flowing with milk and honey. I'm gonna have so much fun. I don't need to do much. Do you know people have this expectation of
Yes.
UK that all you have to do, there's a tree, especially in Nigeria. They believe that there's a tree. All you have
Mm.
to do is just go there, money tree, I call it. Just pluck the money
Okay.
out of it, and then you're good. So that is the mindset that I have.
Mm.
So upon getting to UK, I'm like, I'm gone here. I have to work. I didn't get that. And I have to do some odd work. I
Mm.
don't think I'm not doing like office job. I have to do cleaning job. I have
No.
to work as a chambermaid. I
Yeah.
have to be cleaning other people's
Yeah.
toilet. So me,
Mm.
because my background, I came with this expectation that yes, probably I will live a better life. So for me, that doesn't look like a better life. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't get it. Something must be wrong. Something is not right with the picture. So
Mm.
why am I doing this odd job? Why am I having to clean other people's toilets? Why am I making other people's bed? Because if you ever do that kind of job, chambermaid is one of those hard jobs. It's a
Mm.
tough,
It's
tough
very
job.
hard.
When you
Yeah.
have to clean about 30 rooms in a day,
Wow,
that
that's
to
a
me
lot.
is not
Mm.
funny at that young age. But when I realized that that is how life works, I realized that I can't go back home because my father paid a huge price for me to be in
Mhm.
UK. So
Mhm.
am I not going back home? I can't go back home like that. So I thought, you know what? Whatever I needed to do to survive, that's what I will have to do. So what
Mm.
I now did, I got myself the job. I was doing the job, three odd job, about three jobs in a day. Three odd
Wow.
jobs. I'm doing cleaning, I'm doing chambermaid, I'm doing a cashier job in the evening, just to keep myself going.
Mm.
But as time goes on, I've always said to people that whatever you do in life, there's always a turning point in
Mm.
your life.
Yeah.
There's always a point that you will think, hang on here, I need to change my life. I can't carry on the way I am right now. So
Mhm.
that happened to me when I was doing one of my cleaning jobs. I told you I was doing about 3 jobs.
Yes.
So I saw this black girl. She was working in that office because my cleaning job was like a key job. So I hardly see anybody. I go in at my own time to clean. But
Yes.
this particular day, this lady was working late, and she's a black lady, and she was sitting on her desk with her computer and looking good. And I look at myself, she will be around my age group. I said,
Mm.
hang on here. How come she get to sit on the table and I'm cleaning her?
And I'm cleaning her plate. Yes.
I said, no, something is not right with the picture. She doesn't
Mm.
have two heads. She have one head like me. She look like me. And I'm
Yes.
always saying to people that if you're a parent, make sure you teach your children the
Mm.
right way, because
Yeah.
you don't know when they will need it. Because at
Mm.
that day, on that particular day, it reminded I remember what my mother used to say to me,
Mhm.
how I was raised up. One particular incident that changed my life when I was younger, I was in primary school, and somebody beat me up in my class. I was really in a mess. So I ran back home because my house is very close to my school. So I told my mother, Mom, you have to come and help me. You have to come and help me to beat up this girl that beats me up. My mother said, seriously? She looked at me, African woman. She looked at me, she
Yes.
said, so, how old is this girl that beat you up? I said, my age group, she was in my class. She said,
Mhm.
oh, so how many head does she have? At this time, I was confused. Maybe I'll be around 9 years old. I'm like, Mom, what's that got to do with this? Of course,
Mhm.
one head. So she said, that's your answer right there. So this girl, she's the same age group with you. She
Mhm.
doesn't have two heads, and she beats you up, and you want your mother to come and help you. So
Mm.
how many times will I be following you everywhere to stand your ground?
Mhm.
Do you think I will be around forever? You have
Mm.
to know how to stand your feet, to change your life, to challenge yourself. Whatever
Yes.
circumstances you're confronted with, you have
Yes.
to stand there and face it. So go back to that school and go and resolve whatever issue. Whatever puts you in that trouble in the first place, you go back and resolve it. Do you know at the time I didn't understand what my mother was teaching me? My mother was teaching me about life, the skills for life. Because I didn't know I would end up in England. I didn't know I would be cleaning. I didn't know that I would be miles away from my parents because I was the last one of the family. I was so spoiled. Anything I want, that's what I would get. But finding myself in that kind of situation, I said, wow. So when I look at that there, I just remember the story. I said, I'm going here. This is another challenge. Why am I still doing this job? I've been doing it for about a year, 2 years now. Come on, man. I can be what I want to be. I can challenge myself. So I said, you know what? I'm going back to uni. I'm going to change my life. I can't be doing this cleaning job. And that's the turning point for me. That's how my journey now changes in London. Then I now go to uni to go and study so that I can get the job in the office. So me too, I can have my own computer and my own chair to sit on instead of cleaning the table.
Amen. Wow, what tenacity at that age to just be able to have that foresight of wanting more out of life. I think it's a skill that is very important to teach our children, because sometimes they go and face difficulties and we give up on them. We just tell them or we just do it for them. And I think what we've learned from your experience is that the fact that your mom pushed you out of your box to get to do things for yourself forced you to wake up and to be, to challenge yourself and to get that energy from your inside to look for other things in life. And that's wonderful. So you started having jobs in London and you got into business. But I want to get into your Christian walk now. How did you transfer your belief from going to church back home to here? What was the journey?
Okay, so I got saved. I became born again, I think, after I've got married. So I now have
I just want to interrupt. You got married in what year? Because you tell the audience that marriages do last. How many years have you been married now?
I've been married for about 32 years now.
32 years. God bless you.
Counting by God's grace.
Marriages do survive. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. Okay, so you got married and God bless your wedding and you're still here 32 years later. So how did that happen?
Yeah, so I got married at the age of 22. And now I'm like 52 years old, still in the business.
Wow.
So God has been so faithful because I got saved after, because I was born into a Christian family, Christian home. My parents, they're serious for God. We pray round the clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, round the clock. That's how I was brought up. But do you think I gave my life to Christ? Oh no, I still did not do that. Because there was a time that I just I don't think Christianity, you don't need to go to church. I went through my own rebellious way of life. And that's what one of the reasons my father said, this girl, you need to go and find life and send me to some side. To go and learn life, which works. Which works. You need to grow up faster. I grow up. I mature overnight. Then I see the challenges of life. Now, getting married and everything, so I gave my life to Christ. This time now, genuinely gave my life to Christ, because now it's not because my mother or my father said I must pray. I know I need to pray because now I've seen life, experience of life. So I was running a salon. I started a salon. So I used to have a hair and beauty salon. And, I was doing everything I know how to do. Even with that, I challenged myself. I didn't know how to do hair from nowhere. I've never done hair before. I just know I love changing my hair every week. And my husband always said to me, if I'm unhappy at home, all my husband needs to say to me is that go to the salon. By the time I come back from the salon, I'll be a happy woman for him. So he will give me money. Just do your hair. That time I'm snappy. He will say, darling, it's time to change your hair. So when I was having children and I couldn't continue my job, when I went to uni, I was working as a housing officer.
Okay.
So I have to now leave my job so that I can raise my children, because I've got 3 children. And then said, okay, you know what? It's good to be self-employed so that you can raise the children. 2 of us can be 9 to 5 running around, not having time to look after our children and even our marriage. So we come to that agreement. So I stay a bit at home to look after the children. Then after a while, that's when I opened the salon to have a salon. So it's the salon that I was running, doing everything I need to do when God called me for the vision for Time to Shine, which is another serious big one.
Yes. It takes a lot of courage. I applaud you for that. It takes courage to just step out and do what you did, and we honor you for it, for listening to the voice of God. It's not an easy one.
It was a really struggle, because at the time when that happened, I sing in my church. I'm a singer and I write songs as well. So I'm in that line. And because I was leading worship in my church, I'm doing everything. I seriously believe that, come on now, this is what God wants me to do. I'm good. You know, when you think you're there, so what more can you do? Clap your hands on Sunday, dance, lead worship. Life is good, And now, God said, no, that's not it. I have a bigger vision for you. And I'm thinking, how big can it be? Because when God gave me that vision for Time to Shine, obviously everybody, X Factor. I was watching that show, X Factor, one day, and I was home alone. And at that time, I'm talking about maybe 10 years or so.
Yeah.
There's so many Christians that they're on the show on that particular day. And everybody want to sing Amazing Grace. They want to be singing Christian song. And Simon Cowell wasn't having it. It was like, they're just making fun of them in a way. And I'm like, nah, this is not right. We need to have a platform for ourselves. Why are they making mockery of them? We should have a platform that we can shout, Jesus, Jesus. We can shout grace for whatever that we want without having to restrict any form of restriction. So I just said it and I switched up the CD because I was upset. That's why they always say be careful. Because what bothers you and doesn't bother other people, that's what God is calling you to do. Because God knows how many people that watched the show on that day. It didn't bother them. They just laughed. But for me, I didn't find it funny. It really bothers me. So on my way to my bedroom, on my staircase, I heard the voice of God. I heard it in my spirit say to me, so why not you? Because I was saying to God that there should be somebody to set up that platform for us singers. Because I sing too. I want somebody to pay the price. I just want to sing. Then God said, so why not you?
Why not you?
Around, I'm like, okay, nah.
Not me.
Nah. I said, me? Hello?
Hello, yes. Someone else, but not me. You did Gideon's one. Me?
Me? You know when you look at yourself, I'm like, in the case of, in the land of giants.
Yes.
I'm like, me? I said, no, God, you got the wrong girl. I said, me? I don't have no clue. I don't know nothing. I'm in this local church and we hardly go out. We don't do nothing. We don't mix with other Christians. How am I going to go? Where will I start from? I said, no, I'm hearing voices. Get deep behind me, Satan.
Yes.
This cannot be me. And it was a big challenge. Then I now said this thing to God. I said, okay. After everything was going on, my mind, I couldn't focus. I said, okay, God, if it's you that you're truly speaking to me, I'm going to share this with my husband. Immediately, my husband, I'm sure because he's a businessman, and he probably look at it from business view and said, what are you talking about? How are you going to raise the money and everything? He probably put it off. So I said, once I said to my husband, and my husband said, no, you know that I'm a wife and I'm supposed to obey my husband, then probably that would be my way house. You see, as if God is sometimes some of the things that we do. So I said, okay, fine, share with your husband. Immediately I write it down and I show my husband. I said, oh, this is what God has been speaking to me. So when you look, he said, oh, this is a very good idea. I said, read this properly. I said, read it. Are you not seeing it? It's gonna. He said, no. This can be worked out. I think this is a good idea. It's needed in UK. Oh my God! Now we are like, where will I run to? Basically, that's when I know that there's no escape for me.
No excuse.
And then I said, okay, you know what, God, my life is in your hand. Let your will be done. Just like Mary in the Bible. Let your will be done. And that was the journey. That's how the journey started from. And God started to open door for me as I started and where I need to go, who I need to speak to. And before I realized it, wow, it became reality. Something that used to be dream. Something that used to be so big that You know, when they will say to you that, how do you kill an elephant? Is it not small? Because it looked like a big elephant to me. But when I started, that's why I'm always encouraging people. You just need to take one step at a time. Nobody is telling you take if you try to take 2 steps at a time, you can fall. One step, one at a day, one page today, one leg tomorrow. At the end of the day, as long as you don't stop, you will eventually get to where you need to be. And that is how the journey started for me. And we do about 4 seasons.
Yeah.
4, which is, I wish God, to God be the glory. Because looking back, I never thought that can happen. I never thought it would happen. But God did it. So I'm always saying all glory be to him, because I'm this tiny woman from nowhere. That's why the Bible said that God used the foolish thing of the world to confirm the wise. Because if I have all the answer, I said to people, if you're too full of yourself, there's no space for God to use you. You're too full. It's a bottle that is too full. So where can they add more water? But if it's empty vessel, God knows how to use people like that to fill you. So you will never think in your mind that I did that, because you know it's God that did it. And that's basically how that worked out for me. I wish I gave God the glory for.
It's amazing, because you talk about God speaking to you, God being with you, God empowering you. I see that your faith is very strong, and how much you, how important is your relationship with God to be able to do what you do.
Yes, it is very important, because without faith, we cannot do anything. Without faith, there's no way I can achieve what I did. And even with my life now, I live by faith, each day by faith. Because some of the things, especially with the thing that is going on around us now, you don't know what tomorrow holds. So the only thing you can count on is God. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. It's God. So that is how I live my life. So far, I'm in a relationship with who holds tomorrow. Then I don't have to worry about what tomorrow holds. I just hold on to the person that holds tomorrow. And his name is Jesus.
Amen. Amen. So today we're bringing it to today now, and I see that you've moved from a little bit away from doing business and being involved within the gospel industry, and you now mentoring women. How did that come about?
Yeah, because when God said, okay, enough now, break on the show.
Oh, I think we have lost the connection with Mercy B. Hopefully we will be able to get her back. Okay, here she is. She's back again. The network dropped down, so we might have to ask the network dropped down. So I don't have a sound, but I can see you. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? No, I think there's a problem with her internet connection. She's coming and going. I think it might be the fan. If you stop fanning, I think you're cutting the internet. Okay, can you hear me now? Is the sound back? No, she can see me, but she cannot hear me. She cannot hear me. Okay. All right. Well, looking at her testimony today, we realized that, while we sort out the technical side of it, she has, Mercy B was telling us that she built, or she created Time to Shine as an opportunity for gospel artists to do the work of God, and to be able to have a platform to show their gift and to show their talent. And today we are now speaking to her about the next step of her journey, which is her mentorship that she does with supporting women all over the world about relationship troubles, relationship future, how to build a faithful future, how to have a successful marriage, and how to live as a single person when those things happen. And when you are living a single life and that you are looking for a partner, she's talking also about dating, and that is the future. So what we're going to do is maybe have a break and try and get her back on the line in a minute. I'm just waiting for the studio to tell me what are we doing. Can we go on a break and then try and connect her back? If that would be possible, that would be wonderful, so that the listeners can at least be watching something while we wait for her to continue. We are waiting for her to turn back and to return and to speak to us about her journey, or to speak about her a wonderful book as well. She has a book that is out at the moment, um, which is called being married to his vision and not his money. I think that is the part that I really desire and hope to speak to her about today. When we get the connection back, it would be great to have her back. Can you hear us? Can you speak? Can you speak? Can you speak? No, still no sound. Do we have a sound? All right. I'm waiting for a signal from. Can we hear her? Are you back? Mercy B, can you hear? No, no sound, nothing. Okay, she has no sound. All right, can you speak? All right. If you could disconnect, can you disconnect and then call back? That would be ideal. She can't, I don't think she can hear. You need to probably need to send her a message. Well, I'm so sorry about this. Technology hasn't been great today, even though when we came in, we came in to start on time, and there was issues with the internet as well, and that was a bit of a shame. But I was talking to her about the book that she has out at the moment, which is falling in love with his vision. And I think a lot of the time when we looking at a partner, we don't necessarily look at what his potential would be if we give him the support that he need to carry out his vision. And
I can hear you now.
oh, wonderful!
I'm
Thank you
back.
so much. Yes, I was dropped into talking about your book a little bit, but I'll let you do that in a second. So I wanted you to tell me about your women mentorship.
Yeah, so what I do a lot of mentoring for women, especially or in relationship, before and after, before you say I do, and
Mm-hmm.
then if you're obviously having all kind of challenges in your marriage, because I've been married for how many years now? About 32 years. So I have experience of how I can use that same experience to help other people.
Mm,
And before you say you do as well, because I seriously believe that it's very important to know what we're entering into. Because these days, many people, they're so quick to say, I just want to get married.
yes.
They're so quick to say, oh, this is the kind of person I want to get married to. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
always saying that, why would you? It's like somebody going to the university. You don't even find out what course are they doing there. Is that what you
Mm-hmm.
want to do? You
Mm,
don't find out enough information. You don't do any counseling, no mentoring. You don't
mm,
have anybody that inspire you. You just want to be on Instagram. You want people to know that you're married. You want to say, oh, I'm going to shut down. I just love the idea of marriage. Some people fall in love with the idea
yes,
of
with the
marriage,
idea of marriage.
not
Yes.
the marriage.
Mm,
Did you see the difference now?
yeah.
Everybody, ever since you're growing up, you always say, oh, I want to marry. When I
No.
was growing up, I used to say I want to get married to Michael Jackson. Can you
Mhm.
imagine that? You always say, I want to get married. And we had this flowing dress and everything. But what you
Mhm.
never think about is what is waiting for me to
Yeah.
that
Once
man
you're
that I'm
married. Yeah.
smiling to. That man that I thought is the answer to all my problems. What am I going into? Is anybody teaching you? When I got married, the first thing my mother told me, when I told my mother I'm getting married, she said, daughter, you're entering into an institution that you never get graduated from. I'm
Say
thinking,
that
and I'm
again,
like,
please. Say that again. That is a
yes,
rewind for all those who are still looking to get married.
yes. My mother said, daughter, you are entering into an institution that
Mm.
you're never graduated from. Is death
Hey.
do you part. So that means, do you know, it doesn't make sense to me until how many years in my marriage?
Mhm, mhm,
Because what she was saying to me, when you say, oh, yes, I'm married now, you thought you knew your partner, right? It's an institution that every time you're getting to know each other, Just when you think, oh, we are good, I know everything to know, something happened. And then you're thinking, where does that one come from? I've been married for over 32 years now. There's some things that I will say about my husband. I'll be like, where does that one come from? I'm always saying to people that men, especially men, they have this little boy inside of them. You know, they call themselves boys. They don't just say boys, you know. They actually have that little boy that live inside. And every now and then, that little boy is come out to play. And then you need to know how to say, okay, little boy, it's time to go back now.
Yes.
And stop playing. That is how it works in a relationship. The same thing with girls. We have little girls playing inside of you. You're so childish. You do some things that doesn't make sense. So that is somebody in an institution. You're learning about each other. And as time goes on, okay, I got married at the age of 22. My husband was about 27, 26, 27 at the time. So imagine we are both in our 50s now. Can I act the same way? I've changed.
Yes.
There's no way I can be the same woman that she got married to. Yeah. Because if you tell me I've changed, the question is, of course I've changed. When you get married to me, I don't have menopause. Now I have menopause. Is that not a change?
Yes. Yes.
You don't go in your own time as well. You know, men go through their own, what do they call this thing they went through?
Yeah.
So you don't have that at 20-something, but now you do. Yeah. So you have to find a balance. And that is where, for married people, that is where many people have challenges. And then you hear marriage of 20 years getting divorced because there's changes that you don't know how to adjust to. Those are the way that I mentor people. I let them go in to see. Because before you got married, there's some things that you find there. I mean, obviously, there's something that got your attention. That's why you said, oh, this is the person that I love. He stayed there. But down the line, it can be lost. It get lost in our everyday life, taking each other for granted. In my book, I put it there that some red alerts that you need to look out for when you're married. Things that you take for granted, eventually, they're the one that will become these big giants that you're thinking, how do we find ourselves here? You know, when you keep taking your husband, your wife for granted, you get to a state that your spouse will be like, I've had enough. And you're thinking, but this is how I used to talk to you before.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah, changed.
You can't carry on doing the same thing
yeah.
over and over.
Yeah.
And if you don't address it, your wife's changes here. You didn't even notice. Your husband had a haircut. You don't even care. You're at home. You're on your phone. You're always on the social network. See me, you, me, and my selfie. You don't have time anymore. Little thing. It can't. When we don't respect each other anymore. And then for singles as well, what I do, I have a package that I do for them that is like a trial thing that I will go in details with you before you say yes. Can you wake up in the morning to the same face every day of your life?
Yeah.
Can you? Because it's everything look good now. Marriage is over now. They've shut the door now because remember, wedding is for a day. Yeah. Marriage is for a life. So you wear your flowing dress. Everybody is saying to you on social networks, oh, you look amazing. Yes. What a beautiful wedding. Oh.
Yes.
So how many people are you going to take into your bedroom after the wedding? You're on your own, girl.
Yeah.
So you need to know who you're saying yes to. Because whoever you say yes to on the altar, it can alter your life for better or for worse. Yes. That's what I put in my book. So be careful before you say, I do. You know that when you're that sweet voice, I do. You do. You are what you basically saying is that I do to all your bad attitude. I do to the day that you wake up miserable. I do to the day that things will not go the way we plan it. I do to when you lose your job. I do to all kind of things because every day is not going to be like honeymoon. That's why some women can't keep down the marriage. Yes. Because they believe that every day should be honeymoon. Nobody's ready for no. I can't take that. I can't take. Do I have to? I can't deal with that. Especially this generation. My God, this generation, they're part of the people that's why I wrote the book. I got so tired of hearing people getting divorced, thinking marriage is for babies. And I keep saying, marriage is not for babies. If you're not mature yet, stay away from that institution. Stop calling it a bad name. If you want a good party, you don't have to get married to have a good party. Why can't you go and do your birthday yourself? Must you have a man to show that you're celebrating yourself? Because you can't drop that man after the party. You're taking him home. And that is where the real life begins. It's not for babies. I'm hearing a marriage of 1 year divorce. 3 months divorce.
1 year,
2
3
years.
months. Oh, okay.
Divorce. I've heard it. I attended a marriage that after 3 months, they're telling me they want to get divorced. After I had to travel how many miles? I was like,
wow.
seriously?
Wow.
You spend money for all this destination marriage, for destination wedding, only to come back and say, I think we are better off being friends. So you didn't think that before. That's why I'm saying to people that my book is $5.99. You can save yourself spending $1,000 by just buying a $5.99 book.
Yes.
Or getting a divorce. Invest into your life. You don't take anything with a pinch of salt. Marriage is not for baby. Before you say I do, think. It might be somebody that is not. You never know, because maybe you've never been in the same bed before you get married. You woke up in the middle of the night and you can hear, and you're like, oh my God, do you have a caterpillar in the room? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna divorce him?
Yes.
You see what I mean? He used the toilet. He didn't flush the toilet.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my
God.
Yes. You wake up. The man is a mess, because when you're dating, these are the things that you probably will not know about him. Because when you told him that I'm coming to your house, of course he will make an effort to clean. Who will not clean? My girlfriend is coming over, right? So he will make an effort to clean. So you never knew that part of him until when you say I do. So are you ready for the changes? These are the things that you need to realize. So on my mentoring program, I have for different people. I have people that they just, for marriage. I have even for people that it's not even marriage, it's the life coaching. They just need, mentoring in career that they're doing, and sharing my experience of what I've done before. So I put a lot of that. Even if you go on my page, right now, you can schedule a call for like a breakthrough call. I do like a 1 hour consultation with you. So we see if there's a way forward from there. You can now book with me if you think that, okay, I'm ready to work on my marriage. Because I'm always saying to people, marriage is work. Let's put it straight. It's work.
It's work.
If you're not ready to work at it, don't bother. It's not pleasant. Because something you don't want to talk, something you don't want to do what you have to do, but it's a sacrifice. You have to go beyond. You have to be selfless to marriage. Yeah. If you're somebody that is selfish and you tell me, I don't want to get married, I will respect you. Other than somebody that you just get married because you just want people to know that you're married. It doesn't work like that. And I'm always saying to parents, to parent as well, when you're raising your children, we have a work to do. My sister, we do. Because when you're raising your daughter, you're not raising your daughter just to be your daughter. You're raising that girl to be somebody's wife one day. So if you don't do it yourself.
As a mother, then what would you advise the parents to do? And I have 2 girls and I have 2 teenagers that I'm preparing for life outside of my house. What tips would you suggest I now prepare them to move out of the house and to get ready to be a wife?
That is where you're as a mother. Because for me, I have 2 boys and 1 girl. So what I do for them, I let them, whatever that the boys are doing to the sister, I'll say, however you treat your sister, that is how you would treat your wife. So initially they will say to me, nah, mom, if it's my wife or my girlfriend, I'm not going to do that. Come on, I will be different. I say, no. Use your sister to practice. Because if you're not used to being courtesy, if you're not somebody that is respectful towards women, you will do the same thing when you're married. Yes. Use your sister. I will tell my daughter as well, use your brothers to practice how you want to be. Because whatever that you do, if you think that when I get there, it will just happen. No, it will not just happen. Because you need to know that what you're accustomed to. If your mother raised you to be rude, raised you to be lazy, you don't cook, these days, some girls, they can't even boil egg, not alone cook a meal. And then you're expecting somebody like that to do what?
But yeah.
To get married. Even
Yeah.
my boys, I raised them to be able to cook, because you don't want to, we are not in a generation that you think that your wife will be doing all the cooking. You have to talk to your girls. You have to let them see how life is. Respect yourself, respect your spouse. In faith is very important. If you're a prayerful woman, it helps.
Yes.
If you're married to somebody that fear God, half of your problem is gone. Because when somebody fear God, the way he will treat you, he will treat you in a fearful way, because it's not loving you or respecting you just because it's you. He's thinking that, what will God say? Because this is somebody that God has trusted me to look after. There's a whole lot more how we raise our children. You don't raise them to think, no, one man is not enough. I don't have to take this. These days they don't know how to hold down anything. This generation, even in friendship, if a friend offend them, they're ready to drop that friend without talking about the issue. The same kind of attitude, they take it into the marriage. I remember there was a day, this is how I raised my boys. I came home from work, and I was so exhausted. So I put my bag down and I said to my son, I said, I just want to talk about my day. He was on his laptop. So he said to me, he said, okay, Mom, give me a few minutes, okay? I just want to finish what I'm doing, then I'll hear about your day. I said, son, wrong answer. Wrong answer. I said, so your wife has left home from morning, doing all kind of job, tired, coming home to come and share a day with you. And then you're on the laptop, and then you have the sheet to say your wife should wait while you finish whatever you're doing on your laptop. I said, boy, you will have a merry, miserable day on that day. I said, woman, you're telling me to wait? I said, you don't do that. I said, when your wife comes home, and the way I've just described to you, you wait. Even if it's only 5 minutes of your time you give to her, do you know you will have a good day? You can finish whatever you're doing on your laptop for the rest of the day. But if you say wait, because this is what I'm doing now, it's not going to help you in your marriage. You get to say, my son will be like, Mom, I'm not getting married now. I said, I don't care. I'm raising you from the time that you get married. Use me as an example. Use your sister. I don't want return to sender. I don't want your wife calling me and reporting you to me. It's disrespectful. What your husband is saying to me, or your wife is telling me that I didn't do my job.
Yeah.
If my son-in-law is calling me that my wife, you know what, mother-in-law, my wife is rude. What that guy is telling me is like, I didn't do my job as a mother. My daughter is rude. You see that now? I said, so I don't want you to be returned to sender. That's what I said to them. You must be taught so that I can rest as well. Because I don't want to, today I'm talking about your marriage, tomorrow I'm talking, why will I do that? I want to have time with my husband. I have a good time with my life. I don't want to be closing into your affair. So as a mother, we need to raise our children as if they're getting, no, you need to raise your children because they're getting married to somebody else. Yes. They are the leaders of tomorrow. They're not going to remain your child forever. So don't let it, because this is the way it works now. You know the way I described that I'm raising my own boys and my daughter? If somebody else didn't raise their own children like that, they will come and mess up my home. Because I raised mine, I'm expecting you to do the same thing. So because you didn't do your job, what it's going to do? You're going to mess up my own child that I spent time raising. And everybody's always saying, I want my daughter to marry a good husband. The question is that, is your daughter a good thing?
Good, yes.
Because the Bible says he will find a good thing. Is your daughter a good thing? So this is what we need to ask ourselves.
Yes, it's quite good because I see this a lot when women don't bring up their boys, and less for the ladies, because ladies, especially when you're African upbringing, it's in our blood to teach our daughters to cook and clean and be ready for marriage. Even though I know the standard have dropped.
Oh yes,
the standard has dropped, but when it comes to boys, we're very, very bad at bringing up the boys and to prepare them for going into a relationship and being a man of the house. And then we complain when our daughters and our sisters are married to a man who cannot look after the family. And I think that comes from the responsibility. I like the way that you said that someone coming to you to complain and to tell you about your son is telling you that you haven't brought your son well. And that is so true.
It's
Because when you
true.
are married and you're stuck with a man who doesn't want to look after you, doesn't look after the children, doesn't take care of you, and can't take his responsibility in the house, it means
Yeah.
that the woman has failed somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm asking
Definitely.
the question: is it right for us to just say, "Oh, but he's a boy now. His wife will do it for him"?
No, it's very wrong. It's not the job of the wife to train the husband.
Your son, yeah, mm-hmm.
Because remember, when they're growing up, you have the opportunity of being with them when they're growing up to
Yeah,
show them the way. That's what the Bible tells us to do. Raise
mm,
your child. You get what I mean? So if
yeah,
you don't do that, if you don't show them where to go, and these
yeah,
days, most men, they don't have mentor. They
mm,
don't have, we have so many programs for women, women
yeah,
of this, women of that, women of leg, name it, we have it. But
yes,
when it comes to men, men don't ask for help. We don't have a lot of it. So when they're
mm,
married, it's the wife that now have to be
to
training
the-
the man again. It's the
yeah,
woman that will now be thinking, why am I? It's like maybe you have two children already. Your husband
yeah,
become the third child.
yeah,
Imagine you're raising three children, including your
yeah,
husband,
yeah.
because the husband doesn't have the home training. The mother didn't bother. How can your man cannot cook? I don't understand that. That is olden age. My boys can cook. I train them to cook. You
Yes.
don't give me that excuse. You are a man, then you don't eat.
Mm, yeah.
If I'm cooking, you don't help me in the kitchen. You are
But
not
they don't
eating.
teach them to cook. They don't teach them to clean. So the son comes home from football, drops the shoes downstairs, runs upstairs, leaves his clothes on the floor, and it's okay. And then when he's asking for food, what's for dinner? You tell him that you've cooked dinner, and you never ever give him a chance to say, "Well, actually, today you cooking dinner for us." And that's
That's
where
it.
I think we have problem.
We do.
That's
We
where we
do.
have
Because
problem.
we rather tell the sister to go and help to
Yes,
clean that mess. Is that nonsense?
yes.
Husband,
You
help your
touch on
brother
that
to
one.
clean.
Yes.
Why would you
Mm,
do that?
yes.
You don't do
You will
that.
call the older
Clean.
sister, but you don't tell the boy. Or pick up your
Yeah,
your
you don't tell the
your
boys
brother's
that.
shoes. Put your brother's shoes in the away. Or
Why would you do that?
go and prepare the food for your brother. But the brother is sitting upstairs on his PlayStation.
Doing nothing. Doing
And then
nothing.
tomorrow he's married and the wife is fed up.
Because the wife is cleaning, the wife is
Yes,
cooking, the wife
yes,
is doing this, he's the one in the bedroom, the wife is doing everything. While the
yes,
husband is thinking, I am the head of the family, I don't have to do nothing. That is olden age.
yeah.
I told my son, because he loved food, he loved to eat. And
Mm,
I said to him, I said, listen, son, I will teach you how to cook. Because if you don't know how to cook, you will marry a wrong woman. You
yeah,
know why? You will, if the woman can cook, you will marry her because she can cook. You will think you're in love, but you're not in love. You're in love with the food. So that's why you must know how to cook your own meal. And
oh
now
God.
he cooks. I can
Mm,
say, you know what, they cook your favorite meal for me. I'm enjoying it. Even I'll be smelling. I say, oh my God, son, you're
that's neat.
stepping up. He cooks.
Oh, wow.
So you have to. My two boys, they can cook. When they go
Mm,
to uni, they say, thank you, mommy, because now they can feed themselves in uni. Because
yeah,
you need to know, it's scale of life. You need to know how. When
yeah.
I get to the room, oh God, boys can be messy. It's like house on fire. I don't
Wow.
know why your room will be like this. I don't get it. Your wife can never call me and tell me you are this nasty. You'll be
Ah.
like, Mom, we're not married now. We're not getting
You're
married.
not
I
but
don't
we
care.
are preparing
God is
you.
to raise you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's funny you said that because I remember my mom always saying to me, you have to cook or you have to look after yourself or you have to do this. And she would say, hey, I used to love pajamas. I still love pajamas today. And I used to love, I love pajamas and I love, wearing clothes. And I walk around the house and slouch all day. And she
Wow.
was like, what kind of wife are you going to be? Just being wearing pajamas all day. What kind of husband is going to marry you? You better
Marry
go to
you.
the shower and get dressed and get ready for the day. And if you were not up at 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning, you'll be in trouble, because she should be, what kind of wife are you going to, who is going to clean your house? Get out of bed and start sorting out. So we were brought up in knowing that we were being prepared to live in a relationship with
That's
someone
it.
else. And I think sometimes when we see our sisters getting ready and wanting to get married, and they don't always have the full package, what can we advise them today when they're saying, well, I want to get married, or, oh my God, I've reached 30 and I still, haven't found the right man or anything. What should they do in this time of waiting?
In your time of waiting, enjoy yourself.
Mm.
Don't rush into any relationship. Enjoy what you're doing now. Work on yourself. Because sometimes we enter relationship with baggages because we
Yeah.
don't work on it. We are thinking that when we are married, that is when your husband will help you. That's when you will figure this thing out. This is the time for you to figure out everything about you. Go on holiday. Because once you're married, it's two people now. You have to consider your child. You have to consider this one before you can book any flight, before you can eat, before you can go with your friend. There's a lot of things you cannot do once you're married because you're considering your spouse. But now that you're by yourself, use that time to clear yourself of all these baggages, things you've always wanted to do. Get yourself, you have a good job, go with friends, you read the book, go on a nice holiday, do everything you've always wanted to do. Be prayerful, serve God. Because in so doing, you don't know how that would lead, what would lead to. You create this thing for yourself that you are happy. Because if you're thinking a man will make you happy, I have a news for you. No man can make anybody happy. You need to, it's yourself. If you're not happy, a man is not capable of making you happy. You know, we women, we are etc. etc. A woman will be crying and at the same time laughing. Most time we don't understand ourselves. Your husband will look at you and say, why are you crying? I'm not crying, I'm happy. Poor man, he cannot tell the difference. You're crying, you're laughing. So which one do you want him to deal with? When you're doing your period, your mood changes. The poor man have to deal with that. And then you're accusing him. So everything about us is a lot. So deal with yourself. So when you're happy within yourself, it's easier for anybody to love you and love you for who you are. You're saying that love me for who I am. Do you know most women these days, they don't know who they are? So you're putting these men in a very awkward places. You're telling them to give you what you know you cannot give. You too, you can't give to yourself. If I ask you now, who are you? What makes you happy? I don't know. If you don't know, how will I know?
Yes,
so
yes. And what are you going to offer if you don't know?
Sorry?
What are you going to offer if you don't know who you are?
I can't help you.
No.
So use this time to find out who you are. So by the time you're married, you have something to bring into the relationship, not just baggages, not your last relationship that didn't work out, not this one that did the You know, women, we used to compare and contrast. Oh, this one treats me that way, that one treats me that way. All men are bad, all men are this, and the rest can belong. Find out who you are. If you don't know who you are, you will settle for less because you don't know where you're going. So anybody can take you to where they want to take you to. If I don't know my destination, it's easy for anybody to take me to where they want to go because I don't know where I'm going. So I'm waiting for somebody to drag me along. And that's how some people enter the marriage. They drag them along. And then they will not say, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm not supposed to be married to him. Because when you're married, you have so much low self-esteem that you didn't work on. So any man that tells you look good, you're ready to say, okay, sleep with me. I'll marry you. Some women, they go to any extent. They clean a man's shirt, they clean the house, they do all kinds of things just to force the man to love you. No man can love you. You can't force a man to love you. If you get pregnant for him, he still won't love you. Don't come down to that kind of standard. Work on yourself. Don't rush. There's no time that is too late. When God says it's your time, it's your time. Trust me, even me as a mother, pressure that our children get from mothers as well. That's a lot. My daughter now, pressure is on her. When are you bringing the man home? When are you bringing the man home? Before I realized, listen, I don't want to force this girl to what she's not ready for. When you're ready,
it's always the men that don't want to release their daughters. Because my dad was the same. When my mom was saying, so when are you going to bring a man in this house? When are you getting married? When are you leaving my house? And my dad was, don't pressure my children to go
That's
into
it.
marriage. They're very protective of their daughters, you know. They don't want them to go into marriage because they know how hard it is.
It's true. But my
You know?
husband is like that as well. That is
Yeah,
girl protective of her.
yeah.
So it's like that when she's ready, I say, okay,
When
just don't be too long because in your generation, this is another thing that they do. They're friends. Friends, friends, friends. And
friends,
I
yeah.
get tired of that.
Mm.
Oh my God, I get tired of that. It's like, how long will you be a friend for? Because in my generation, this is what we do. If you find a man, if a boy comes to you and say, I like you, and then you like him, it's like, okay, I like you, I like me. Okay, yes, I like you too. From that point on, your boyfriend and girlfriend, you started
Yes.
your relationship.
Yeah.
But I found out that in this generation, there's
They're
nothing like
completely
that.
different. No.
They have to go through friendship for 2-3 years before they finally say, okay, we are now in the relationship.
No.
Wasting time. That's what
No.
I don't understand. I told my daughter, listen to me, girl, you don't need any more friends.
Mm.
If you tell me you have another friend, I'm going to scream this house down. You don't need any more friends. You need a man to get married to. No more
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. So as a single woman, we're going to jump onto your book now. Fall in love with its vision. As a young woman who we recommend not to have friends, you touched on something earlier on, which is find a man who is a Christian. And I want you to explain that. I understand it, but I want you to explain that to the young ladies out there who, having waited for so long to be married, and we have a lot of sisters who have been in the church for a long time and who haven't found the right mate and who are still looking, still searching and wondering, should I just go and marry, my colleague who's been chasing me, or this guy that has been after me for the last 5 years, but I've said I want a Christian. Now, my clock is ticking. Should I really give him a chance? Yeah, because a lot of them, that's what it gets to. They get to a certain point
I know.
in life, and then it's like, oh, I'm getting close to 40 now. Let me just take whatever I can find because I now want to have children. Well, how do you advise them to hang on to the promise of God and hang on to that Christian man?
This is a topic that is very, because having spoken to different people of real life experience, it's something that it takes God. Because when we're waiting is one of the time that is one of the most difficult thing to do as a woman being. Especially like you said, you're approaching 40 and you can't find the right man. And somebody keep telling you, wait. It's like, for how long? So I do understand that I have to tell people that I do understand that. But when you think about it, if you say you don't want to wait and then you enter into a relationship because you're tired of waiting, what if that relationship didn't take off? Or you end up with a violent man, you end up, you don't have any child. If you're married and you don't have a child in a relationship, that one alone, I think, is worse than being single because the pressure. So if you say this is what you want to do, because to be fair, let me be real, even some people, they got married to Christian, it still doesn't change the fact that they will go through hell. Some men, they come to you as if they are Christians and they're not. That's why you have to test all your relationship. Just because somebody is speaking in tongue, blah, 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 it doesn't move me. I need to test you. So many brothers in Thai, they look the part, they act the part. But they're worse than people that are outside the church. I've seen that. And some men, they pretend to come and be a Christian because they believe that Christian girls are good to get married to. So they give you this wrong pretense. By the time you go married to them, you'll find out that they don't have anything of Christianity in them. You will tell them, let's pray. It's like, do we not pray 2 days ago? That is how much they don't even have anything of spiritual in them. Let's go to church, but we were in church last week. Must we go this week? I've seen a man that used to be in my church. He will be there, day in, day out. Ushering, before anything, he will be the first to be there. Because he was dating somebody in the church. Immediately they got married, that was it. He didn't see them in church.
He stopped going to church.
No.
Wow.
He even tell the girl, I don't want to see you in that church anymore.
Hey.
So you see the danger we're dealing with. So how do you say? That's why whatever you want to do, either you say you want to go out with unbeliever, either you want to go out with believer, it's the same standard. It's the same thing. You have to test. The Bible says we should test all spirits. You have to test them. Don't just say because they're a pastor in the church, oh, they're the son of a pastor. What difference does it make?
Wow.
Just because your father is a pastor, does that mean you're spiritual as well? When people say they're going on a date, I always ask the question, what did you talk about in your date? Find out from this person as much as you can before you can say yes to them. Either they're believer or no believer. Because I wouldn't advise you to say, if you're really deep in your Christian faith, to go with unbeliever. Because some people go with the idea that if I marry him, then I will change him.
Yeah, no, that's
no. It never works.
It's not security.
Because somebody that doesn't want to go with you to church while you're dating, what makes you think when you're now married, he will listen to you?
Yeah.
Whatever you can do when you're dating somebody, it gets worse when you're married. If you choose to ignore what you're saying now, and when we're married, things will be better. My sister, it never works like that. In marriage, it's different. Because now that you're married and you don't want people to say, you're getting divorced after many months, so you have to stick it through. So you have to take on. If a man is slapping you right, left, center, now you say, it's because we're not married. When we're married, trust me, when you're married, I pray that you will not end up in a black bag. Because it will be worse.
Yeah, it'll be worse. So when
whatever you're doing now, and then if you want to go with unbeliever, you have to, there's some standard, you have to compromise. Because the way they see relationship is different to when you're dating somebody in the church.
Yeah.
So you have to go to level of compromise. And I'm seeing a case as well that this lady, she thought, okay, because I want to marry to this unbeliever, I'm getting tired of waiting, so let me just do whatever it takes to get a man. So they started sleeping together and doing everything like it doesn't matter, we're going to get married anyway, so they're fornicating. Do you know when they finally get married, the man now gave his life to Christ. This is another side, it's unusual. Gave his life to Christ. And then he now realized that, hang on here. So you are not really safe, are you? To the wife.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be sleeping with me before we got married.
Yeah.
I've read the Bible now. So all these things that you're doing, you are backsliding. You're backslider Christian. And the wife was like, oh my days. So he slapped you back. Because now he knows the truth.
Yes.
Did you see now? And there's no way you can go with unbeliever. You have to drop your standard because you will never understand why. How come we are grown up? How come we can't fornicate? It's not fornication. We love each other. So let's live together. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we drop it. So you have to be prepared for the level of compromise that you needed to do if it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because remember, everything that we're doing, nobody knows when the trumpet will sound. It's all for the sake of us going to heaven. Marriage is good, but marriage will not save you a place in heaven. No. And it will not give you the true happiness. The true happiness comes from God. Amen. And if you truly believe, He will give you the man of your dream. I know I've seen many frustrated Christians. Even me, I get frustrated and I'm thinking, God, what is going on? They're right. They're ripe. They know everything to know. Where is the man? And these days, men, they are afraid of women. They don't even want to commit.
But I'm going to bring it to your book because yes, men don't want to commit, but women as well commit without looking at what you talk about in your book, which is fall in love with his vision. Because sometimes the good man is around.
Yeah.
The men are scared, but some of them are around, but we can't see the potential yet.
It's true. Because that is what maybe tell me to write my book.
Because when I met my bring it up so we can see it.
Yeah. And it's a book that you can finish it in no time. It's not a big book because I don't really believe that big book will change anything. You just need something that you can use applicable to your life. When I met my husband have nothing to offer me. When I see somebody is broke, I mean in London, how can somebody have a bed and you can't even you put your bed on the mattress on the floor? You can't even afford the proper bed. That is how poor this man is. But when we start talking, when he was talking to me, one thing stood out from him because I had many men chasing me around at the time. Of course, I'm young. I'm like, okay, come on, bring it on. But for him, the way he talked, the way he presents himself, he talked about his vision. He doesn't see his present state of life. He doesn't see what he doesn't have. He's looking to the future. And he's telling me what our life could be. He said, no, even though now I look at my room, I don't have much, but I can see myself in the next how many years, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my own business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's full of vision, even not.
Yeah. You're back. You're back. You're back. No sound. No sound. Is the sound going to come back? She needs to stop fanning. No sound. She needs to go out and come back in. Oh, okay. You need to cut and restart. Yeah. I think she got it this time. Well, how interesting, you know, the advice that she gives the single people, which is to not rush into marriage, but to build your own confidence, to build your own self-esteem before you enter marriage, and to be ready, having worked out your past relationship, your wounds and everything before you enter into a relationship. And then Mercy B was telling us now that before choosing a man, even though you are single, even though you may not have found the right person yet, you should be patient and to wait on the Lord, and to be prepared to pray him through so that you will get the right man. Because even if he is a Christian, even though or even if he's living in the world and he's not a believer, there is no guarantee of the man that you will end up with. And that some people do hide their characters and their identity until you're really into the marriage itself. So she was saying that being a Christian is not a guarantee of a happy marriage, and that you should take the time to seek the face of God to find out what God has for you, so that you will choose the right partner and not fall into the trap of marrying someone who would not treat you or meet your needs the way that you need to. And then she moved on to talking about women having children, boys or girls, and preparing them for the future, preparing them for being a spouse, being someone else's husband, someone else's wife, and to make sure that we bring up our children in the way that they should go, the Bible would say, which is to think beyond the fact that they live with us, that they are with us, that we are their parents, but also to prepare them not for just a career by sending them to school, but also schooling them at home for being able to live with someone, teaching them how to cook, how to clean after themselves, and how to be a good partner by having the right attitude and the right way of living. So I'm not sure if she's back with us yet, but if she's not, then we're going to move on to the next stage of her conversation. Are you back, darling? Okay, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. I can hear you, but you can't hear me. You can hear me. Yes, but I can't hear you. Okay, her sound is not okay. You need to come out again and come back in because it's not working. I can't hear you. Thank you. Yes. So then she was telling us about her book, and she was saying that when she met, the book is called Fall in Love with His Vision and Not His Wallet. And she was about to explain to us how she met her husband at a time when he was still a student and had little money for himself, but that when she met him, what attracted her to him was the fact that he had a vision. He was forward thinking. He was looking into the future. He was looking at what he was going to do for years to come. And that's what attracted her. And she was going to explain to us how that relationship was built on not only her faith, but on the fact that because he had a vision for her and her family and her children in the future, that she was excited to now be able to meet up with him and to have a relationship with her husband. So the book is called Fall in Love with His Vision, and is available. Are you back with me, Mercy B? Still no sound on my end. For some reason, you can hear me, which is a shame, but I can't hear you. I don't know what is happening on your side. Oh, okay. Hello, hello, hello. Nothing, no sound. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Because we were just going to talk about the vision. We will talk about how to choose a man on the future, what a man can offer you in the years to come, and not just to see his beautiful car parked outside your house, but to look at what he's proposing for you and your future, which is you and your seeds, because that man will be investing in your seeds as well. And so what is that man proposing to offer you in the future? So if we cannot connect, I think we might have to leave it for today. Or shall we have another go? Um, I know that you can hear me, but for some reason, she cannot hear me. Okay, she's coming back in, so hopefully we're gonna try and listen to it. But her book, which is Fall in Love with His Vision, I think is available on Amazon. But please do visit her page, Mercy B. Balogun, on Facebook. I'll put it on my page when we finish this conversation. Hello, Mercy, are you back? Oh, I can hear you, but there's no sound on our end. I don't know what's happened. For some reason, your phone is not coming through to us. But I can hear you. Okay, well, what are we going to do? I'm going to put the book details on our page, and I'm going to refer people to your website for mentorship and relationship. And I really want you to take time to have a conversation with her. Even if you're not taking the full mentorship, but if you're looking to get married, I think what she's offering is very important and is very useful, because we just don't know what to look for these days when we are meeting someone and we're looking for a relationship. And I think if you are in a relationship and you want some help to be sure that the man is the right one for you, give her a call, have a conversation with her. It's not going to cost you anything to have a conversation, to discuss it with her, to make sure that you're on the right path for a successful relationship. And then we've heard see where that could go. And if you're married and you're having difficulties, we've heard that through this lockdown, a lot of people have been going through stress and worry because of being locked in the house 24/7. And the figures show that there has been an increase on domestic violence. And I would advise anyone who is going through difficulties in their relationship right now to also look out for her, Mercy B. Balogun, on Instagram, on Facebook. Have a send her an email, have a conversation with her, and speak to her about what is going on in your relationship, and see how she can help you solve those issues. Remember, she's someone who has experience at all, in marriage. She has been married for 32 years. She has children of her own. So she has experience to give you the safe haven that you may need as a woman to be able to move your relationship further. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get her back on the program, so we might have to end it here. But thank you so much, Mercy B. I can see you, but I can't hear you. It's such a shame. Thank you so much for coming on. If anything, I would say let's consider doing a special relationship round table, and that will be just about relationship and not about you as a woman, but about what you are offering women. I think it's important because relationships are difficult to manage, and when you don't have the background, or you don't have maybe a mother or a very good aunt next to you, it's not always. And sometimes you have them, but you can't talk to them because they're family. You can't open up to them, and sometimes having a good counselor next to you is a good thing. So I might book her back. So make sure that you like our page and that you like the video so that we can bring Mercy B back. You are the ones who are going to decide whether she comes back on Roundtable. So make sure you like that page, you like that video, and we'll make sure that she comes back to tell us about relationship on the next Roundtable sometime soon. Well, thank you so much for joining Roundtable. I'm really pleased to have you back. Let us have your questions so we can give them to Mercy B as well to answer. Thank you for joining Roundtable. I love you all for joining, and I look forward to see you soon. Remember, LCBN UK is available on app, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. So make sure that you download the app and that you are always kept up to date with our TV station. Until next time, take care of yourself.